So after the trailer of Marathon dropped, there has been a massive conversation online about whether or not the characters are ugly. I talked about the characters briefly in my Marathon video, but I think there is much more to discuss here. What's wrong with characters being ugly? Why are games like Marvel Rivals succeeding? Why is the Western games industry so obsessed with making women not look like women? Let's talk about it. So the Roach King went viral again. I mean, he lives in everyone's heads rent-free at this point, but he went viral for this statement right here.
So if you're making a shooter game that's primarily made for men, then you should make sure that all of the female characters in the game are fuckable. And I know this might sound crazy to say, but I'm just going to say it. That's what you should do.
That's despicable. Awful thing to say. Unbelievable. How dare he objectify women? He's right. But Clinic, how can you say that? Easy. It's true. If you're making a game where the majority of players will be men, then it would probably be a good idea to make the female characters kinda hot. Why? Because it sells. This isn't new. This isn't a groundbreaking revelation. It sells, it's always sold. Want proof? Okay. Let's look at the reaction to the newest Marvel Rivals hero. Let us just see here. Yep, all over X, people are talking about how hot she is. Oh, and look, even a slow-mo of her thighs jiggling a little. Guys, I'm just gonna save that for later. I'm joking. I've already got it saved. Oh, and look at this. Women here saying how excited they are to cosplay as her. This is bringing millions of eyes to the product of Marvel Rivals. I mean, look at mobile games. How many ads have you seen where the female character's wearing skimpy clothing and shooting a bunch of enemies? And then you download the game and it's nothing like that. Not that I've downloaded them. God damn it, scammed again! It was info from a friend. The point is, it sells, okay? It sells. Look, I know this might trigger some people. Some people might get super mad over this. No! But let me explain it to you real simply. Man see woman, man brain activates monkey mode, and the wallet opens. It's as simple as that.
Damn, what is that, bro?
Don't think you're all innocent, ladies. We're gonna talk about your degeneracy later. Yep, yeah we are, you sickos. Now I've seen a rise in this in gaming, it seems, over the last few years. Why is this? Well, I mean, the Western games industry has done their best to make women look less hot. Remember all the complaints years ago that Tomb Raider was just too sexy?
If you want to get to know a character, learn about their interests, goals, or desires, their butt is probably not going to give you that information.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This emphasis on the butts of female characters communicates to players that this is what's important. This is what you should be paying attention to. It communicates that the character is a sexual object designed for players to look at and enjoy. And by explicitly encouraging you to ogle and objectify the character, the game is implicitly discouraging you from identifying directly with her. Strategic butt coverings and camera angles that obscure characters' rear ends are not an accident. They are...
Her boobs were too big, and her ass was too big too. Absolute tragedy. Real women don't look like this. Really? That's interesting. Who did they cast in the movie? Damn, that looks like a great movie. So let me translate what they really meant. I don't look like this, therefore I don't feel seen. It breaks my immersion. It's setting unrealistic beauty standards. It's over-sexualizing women. I mean, I played Tomb Raider 1 for the first time the other week, and let me tell you, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. For the gameplay. Guys, for the gameplay. But it would be like me saying, I don't look like Chris from Resident Evil 5. Too good looking, arms are way too big, unrealistic. And women are just over-sexualizing him. I mean, they do. They really do. That's just stupid. I don't want Chris to look like me, or Darren from the pub with his barrel belly. No, and women don't want to look at Darren's bib. But when it comes to how gamers react to these new games from the Western games industry, I think people correlate ugly characters to wokeness. Look, the games industry went left-wing a long time ago. We all know it. We all seen it happen in real time. They've tried to make it more inclusive. This apparently means making women look less beautiful. But Clinic, What is beautiful? Well, it's not this. Or this. Or this. The Western games industry has this obsession with making their female characters look less like women. The Western games industry went from making their female characters look less sexy, which stayed like that for a while. They went from that to let's just make them ugly. You know, for inclusion, because women are ugly. Everyone knows that. And it's obvious this is the case because the actresses they cast for these roles look nothing like their character models. I know Unreal Engine 5 sucks, but it doesn't suck that much. Star Wars Outlaws, man. If I'm her, I'm asking them, what the fuck did you do? Why would you make me look like that? You know I want work after this, right? But the one that made the internet feminists mad was Stellar Blade. A masterpiece. The game, on the other hand... I'm joking. The game was good too. But they lost their freaking minds. This game is unrealistic. No woman looks like this. Unrealistic beauty standards. But then the game studio showed that the body of the character was made from a real person. And the character design was done by a woman. I mean, this must have sent them crazy. Finding out that this woman is real... No way. I personally haven't played Stellar Blade. Liar! I'll wait for the PC version, 4K, 240 FPS. Huh? For their gameplay, okay? For their gameplay. My God. Now, the rise in popularity for these games has been something else, and I think it is because of the link to wokeness. Gamers see ugly characters, they see woke. They just do. Does that make it the case? Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't matter. That's how gamers see it. And gamers are embracing these games from these Eastern game studios with their sexy characters and their jiggle physics as a middle finger to the Western games industry. I genuinely believe that. You want to make games for the mythical modern audience? Go ahead. You say the game's not made for me? Fine, won't buy them. I'll go spend my money on this game, and then you just let me know how it goes. Let's see how that goes, shall we? Oh my God, where are all these people? Where are all these people buying these games that you think they desperately want? Where are they? That's weird. They didn't show up.
Yeah. Weird.
Then we know how the story goes. You're a bigot for not buying it, blah, blah, blah. And props to the Eastern games industry, by the way. They saw a gap in the market and they took it. They don't give a damn who it upsets. It's gonna make them money. If you're not gonna take advantage of what male gamers want, someone else will. And guess what? Someone else did. And guess what again? They're making a shitload of profit from it. I don't see there being many complaints about too many hot men in video games. What the hell? I don't look like these characters. My skinny ass doesn't feel represented. Trash game. I've never really understood why people want game characters to look like them so much. Even in RPGs, I go through the character creator as fast as I can because I just want to get to the game. I know there are tons of you who spend hours creating your character and that's fine. I'm just different, I guess. I just don't really care. I prefer games where we play as a character. I just find it more interesting. But even then, I don't want the character to look like me. I'm a below average looking dude. I made peace with that way back in high school. Usually I make the character look like Geralt or Yennefer. That's usually just how it goes. And nowadays, I probably pick the female option more now. Because when it comes to romance options, 4 boobs are better than 2. That's right. That's a joke. Ladies. As if there's any of them here. You want to talk about degeneracy? Let's talk about degeneracy. What's this little article here saying, huh? Oh, women would bag on the sexy characters but preferred playing as the sexier characters to the stronger ones. Oh, is that so? And male participants lent into the more strong but less sexualized characters. Brothers, what are we doing here? Biceps over boobs, what are we doing? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Oh, and don't get me started on those degen books. Let us read a chapter from the best-selling piece of fine art, 50 Shades of Grey. Warning, contains filth. That's weird. Marvel Rivals doesn't have a warning. Huh. All right, let's read this. Oh, dear God. I can't read that. Good Lord. I need to go to confession after reading that line. Jesus. Oh, here's one. Desire pulls dark and deadly in my groin. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. Oh, my. Sweat and body wash and Christian. It's a heady cocktail. Heady? I don't know. It's a heady cocktail. So much better than a margarita. Oh my God, it's sick. It's degenerate. I'm gonna stop. What the fuck? Lots of weird lines there. Most of them I couldn't even read. YouTube would very much not like that. And there's hundreds of these books, and a lot of them are with creatures and shit. Degeneracy? I call degeneracy. Is it different because it's not visual? No, wait. I think a lot of people went to watch the 50 Shades of Grey movie too. Now don't get me twisted, keep reading those books. Do what you want, but stop getting mad at male gamers for enjoying a little bit of jiggle physics. I mean, who cares? Oh, and keep making your games for the modern audience. I won't buy them, but a $500 million flop with characters that look like this will never not be funny. Concord 2, Sony. Make it happen. Which is the position Marathon finds itself in. It's been linked to Concord because of its character design. And you can't blame people for making that comparison at all. The Western games industry has lost the trust of their gamers. And making anything that remotely resembles Concord is just gonna put you in the same conversation. It's just a stupid design choice. That's just the position the Western games industry finds itself in. They are gonna be questioned with every decision they make. Whereas the Eastern games industry can make a game with a female protagonist that isn't flaunting her sexuality all over the place and doesn't get questioned. Why? Because gamers have trust in the Eastern games industry that it's not gonna be a woke mess. That's just how it is. You gotta earn that trust back. They bought this on themselves. You can blame gamers all you like, but they weren't the ones who took a golf club and swung it at masculinity, were they? Huh? No, they weren't. Thanks for watching. I had to rush this one a little bit, so I hope that was fine. There will be no mid-video this week. I know. However will you cope? It's Easter, and I've got places to go and family to see. I'll be back next week. See you in the next one.